Hey guys, this is Lynn from Transplant Diaries, and I'm back at you again on Saturday as promised for another topic video. Today, the topic will be recovery from a kidney transplant. So let's get into it. All right, so um, I'll start with I came home after 4 days, and once I was home, I was not on any sort of restricted diet, but I do know that sodium is a big part of um, high blood pressure and whatnot is a big part of why kidneys fail. So I took that into consideration and I put myself on somewhat of a low sodium diet. So I always make sure that my sodium is less than like 400 or so per meal. Sometimes I'll go over that, but for the most part, I'm trying to stay within about 400, sometimes 500 per meal. That way, I end up at around 1500. I can technically have around 2000, but I'm really trying to do the best I can for this kidney because it's a really good kidney, and I want to do everything I can to make sure it succeeds. So, um, with that being said, I don't think, unless you're like diabetic or something to that effect, that you'll be given any sort of special diet, but that was just my case, so it could be different for you. Um, I came home and I had a drain and I also have stitches or staples. And the drain has just recently been taken out this week. And I got a few of the staples taken out, and I think it may have been taken out a little bit too early for as far as the stitches, but I think the drain was close to being ready to take it out, but they already took it out, so that's fine. I do have some pain going on, so I do take oxycodone as needed for pain. Right now, I've been taking maybe 2 a day, and most of the time it's towards the nighttime, so that if I roll over on the incision, that I won't be in pain. I do take Tylenol as well. Sometimes I'll take that during the day to help, but for the most part, I just try to deal with it. They do encourage you to get out and start walking as quickly as you can. So I've been trying to go to the mall and just walk around, get my body used to moving around again. And then, let's see what else. I am walking. Um, I did take FMLA from my work for approximately 12 weeks. Just to get used to taking the medications to make sure that I'm not in pain. I have a lot of doctor's appointments at first here, so the last couple of weeks, since it'll be 3 weeks coming up here, and I've had several doctor's appointments. I've had 2 to 3 doctor's appointments a week, plus lab work that I have to do. And, it's very time consuming to be doing all that and trying to go to work at the same time. That is going to taper off, and I won't have as many, maybe once a week, maybe once every couple of weeks. So it'll be congruent to my working schedule. I do work in the laboratory as a lab tech, and I'm moving around quite a bit. Most of the time, I'm sitting at a desk. So for my job, I don't think I will have to do anything to too much change it. But if you're doing like heavy construction or something, I don't know that you'll be able to return to that job right away. But I would assume that eventually you would be able to. They don't recommend you lifting, at least at this time, any more than 5 to 10 pounds. And that's probably going to be after whatever period that you're in recovery for me for 12 weeks. So, and then after that, you're just going to kind of have to kind of gauge it yourself. But you definitely don't want to be putting any stress on the kidneys. They're very hard to come by. And personally, myself, I waited 2.5 years to get one, and it's just very important. Take it very seriously, take all your medicines on time, and just do what they tell you to do so you'll have the best outcome possible. Let's see, what else is there? As far as the medication and whatnot, I make sure that I eat something for breakfast, and I make sure that I'm taking my medicine on time. I try to take it by 9 o'clock every morning. Most of the time a little bit early, but I take it at 9 o'clock in the AM, 9 o'clock at night. So if I take it at 7, I take it at 7 at night. However I take it, I try to take it at the exact same time, because that's going to be congruent to whether or not they move up your Prograf or tacrolimus or whatever you're on for the anti-rejection drugs, because those are going to be adjusted up and down. Because like right now I was on like 10 and 10, so 10 in the AM and 10 in the PM, and my levels were kind of too high, so I just recently got them lowered to 9 and 9. And that's with me taking, pretty good regimen of my medicine and knowing exactly when I'm taking it and whatnot. So it's just very important to know. I do have to take my weight and blood pressure and stuff every day. And I also have to measure my pee for a while. I don't know how much longer I'm going to have to do that, but as of right now, I'm still currently doing that. So, and I do have to take my temperature. And if it's over a certain thing, like if I have a fever at all, then I have to call in. If I'm not peeing over 1,000 milliliters, then I need to call them. If my blood pressure is too high or too low, I have to call them. All those things that are involved in recovery. You just have to be very diligent and get a good relationship with your team, because that's going to be who's going to help you in your time of need. But the most important part of this transplant situation is you. You have to take control of it. And you have to just really want to be involved. It's a very crazy thing to realize that you were given an organ, period. And, it takes a little while for that to even set in, that you needed one, and then two, that you're here and you have it and your life is different now. I used to spend 3.5 hours at dialysis every other day, hooked up to a machine just so I could barely get by with my kidney function. And currently, my kidney function is at 1.3, which is not perfect, but is so much better than it was. And it's been constantly getting better ever since I got my transplant. So we're hoping that it'll get even lower. But it's pretty good right now, and I'm just thankful. So, yeah, and so, really it's just about taking care of it. It's it. There's not a whole lot of restrictions. Just take care of it and do your best by it. And if you have any questions, if you have any comments, then by all means, just put it in the comment section, and I'll try to explain it or answer it or whatever. And please like this video and subscribe if you'd like to hear more. I'll be doing them every Saturday. And so on my banner, I'll be picking different topics. If you got a topic that you'd like to hear about, then absolutely leave a comment, and I will try to do a video on them. So, thank you again for watching Transplant Diaries. I'm Lynn, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.